Welcome back to my channel, girl. Guys, I'm so excited that you're watching, and tonight, yeah, it's night right here, we are dealing with challenges that men face in marriage, part 3. Now, right here linked up, I have been able to link on part 1 and 2, or better still, watch to the end, and you're going to see the first 2 videos linked there for you already, in case you haven't watched them. Right now is the time to subscribe, put on or tap the notification bell and choose all. That way you don't miss any video right here. This video today is proudly sponsored by the Men Code Movement, the arm of it for single men called the Ready to Choose a Wife Academy, and I'm actually sporting their shirt even though I'm not a man, but you don't blame me. Yeah, look at it. I live the Men Code lifestyle. So guys, you see why I'm feeling myself today. So if you're totally here, maybe because you're a husband and you're wondering, oh my god, let me see whether she knows exactly what I'm going through or what other men like me are going through, or you're a single man who is curious to like, okay, let me know what single men or rather married men are going through that I should deal with now that I'm single before I get married, or better still, you're a value-added wife or single lady who just wants to know, let me learn what challenges men face so that when I become a wife, or when I'm already a wife, I'll be able to help my husband be happier by making sure that these things do not exist. Now you are in the right place. If you're in for this conversation for the 3rd time, please relax and come with me on this ride. Welcome back. Now, when you heard challenges, I'm sure a few things came to your mind, but relax. Challenges are all part of life. For me, life equals challenges. What are challenges? They are those things that look like hitches, that look like negatives, that look like, things that make us struggle a bit, things that make us think again, things that make us make other choices just to be able to stay afloat. And for me, that's what life is about. That's why life gives you good, bad, ugly. At the end of the day, when you understand life, you know that all of them are for our good. So challenges are not things to run away from, right? So this is the 3rd time I'm bringing on this topic. Like I said, number 1 thing I think I want us to handle, and I wanted to let you know that men in marriage face is managing finances. Now, not just the way you're thinking about it, but the crux of the matter is that the man who is the husband is constantly saying, how do I manage my finance and her finance? Now, this is not a general rule. Of course, nothing here is a general rule, right? Now, most men are afraid to their bones how to even talk money with their wives. Now, it's not what you're also thinking, but in the sense that they are thinking that if I discuss my wife's income with her, either bringing her on board to contribute or to, sometimes fund certain things, if I cannot do it, it makes me weak, it makes me a sissy, it makes me a kind of husband, and they struggle with it a lot. Now, if you're in this category of men, relax, okay? But that is a typical challenge. You're not alone. I will tell you how to get out of all of these challenges at the end of this video, so don't go anywhere. Number 2 challenge that I see that married men face in marriage is her infidelity. Yeah, you heard it, right? So I know a lot of people who have had issues in their marriage in the, just because their wives have stepped out. Yeah, and they have to deal with it. They have to deal with the trust, wanting to trust again or not wanting to break their home, not wanting to let anybody know. Now, most men don't discuss those kind of things even with their best friends. Yeah, so most men internalize all of this. So they are in the marriage and they are wondering, can I trust her? What should I do next? And sometimes they react awkwardly, of course. I mean, when you feel betrayed, it can come up in different ways, and they are constantly managing it. Now, why this is peculiar is because they are constantly feeling like they are going to be less men if they open their mouth to discuss it, right? So the struggle is real, guys. And again, think about the anger, think about the guilt, somehow just the total lack of trust that comes in between the couple after this has happened. And this is the point where maybe the wife has been found out and maybe she has apologized, but the man is still struggling, right? Number 3 issue that men have as challenges in their marriage is having wives who refuse to learn. Now, it's not about school learning in that sense, but there are people who generally, and it's not clear to women, I mean, it can be both ways, but because of this video where, the audience is men, so now when you have a wife who refuses to, plan with you, agree with you, just totally create a different kind of marriage that two of you have decided to build by way of getting married. She just wants to do her own thing, either because of her family influence or just her social education in that sense. It can be such a problem. And why it's such a problem is because most men don't know how to go about conversing and communicating and trying to get their wives to reason and agree with them on certain things. Now, that inability to communicate is really where the problem is, right? So when you have a wife who doesn't, want to listen to you, it's a big issue, and a lot of men are on this table, like my Nigerian people will say, like they are on this table, and nobody's even talking about it. Number 4 challenge I see a lot of married men go through is the feeling of exhaustion because of responsibility. Like most men can tell you that literally they feel like just escaping the earth, at least for some time, and just be pampered, just be taken care of, just not have to bother about somebody else, right? They just feel like, I wish I can just be by myself, be taken care of, be attended to without having to be asked all the time, oh, this, that. And a lot of men are here because, and the truth is, it's telling on their health, it's telling on their psychology, it's telling on their attitude. Most men just move around like zombies, doing the biddings of their family and their wives, and feeling so exhausted. That's a major challenge, right? Number 5 challenge I see a lot of married men go through is when they feel like they are being underappreciated. This one is a bit linked to the other one that I mentioned, right? So now they have seen their fathers, go through that kind of route where they were not really appreciated. I mean, you see what's happening on Father's Day. But I give it to my generation. We are bringing up the Father's Day culture, and it's really interesting and very exciting to see. But a lot of men have gone through life not feeling appreciated, and right now most of them are beginning to realize that, okay, where are most things for women? Why are women the ones that we have to go, bring the kill, and drop it at their feet, kind of, are we born to just be the gender that that is supposed to keep hustling and trying to bring something before we can be respected and taken as human? So they are thinking all of this, but they're not telling anyone, right? So that happens a lot in marriage. I remember during this last Father's Day in June, a group I belong to asked women, it's Father's Day is coming, I hope you have plans for your husband. And 90% of the women say, oh my God, I don't have any plans, I don't even remember, I don't even think about it. It showed that this is not something that most women are used to doing, right? So kudos to the women who go all the way to make their husbands feel appreciated. But this is one challenge that a lot of married men, and trust me, they didn't send me to complain, they are not complaining. They're taking it like, that's who we are, right? This is really sad. Now, another issue I see a lot of men battle with is when their wives are very religious. So they are religious to the extent where what their husband says doesn't matter. It has to be what their religious leader says. It has to be what their religion says, and it brings a lot of chaos in marriages where men are silent in their marriage. They've given up, but they're just there coping, and this has an adverse effect on the children as well. And you can tell a lot of women everywhere in the world are more given to religion, religious activities and all of that, and most men don't know how to broach this topic anymore. I remember a very clear case where a man's wife literally doesn't want to go to her office, doesn't want to work because she says she had a particular prophecy to worship God or serve God, something like that. So she left her 6 children in the care of her husband, who has to still make income for them to feed. It can be crazy. Another challenge I see most men go through is thinking when they have to deal with wives that are so stuck up on gender roles. So you can't do this. No, you are the man of the house. You can't do this, even if it's something they love to do, like maybe like cooking, like some other things. The woman just insists that no, you can't do it. It is the role. It's my role or the role of somebody else. Now most men just feel prideful. Finally, the other point I see a lot of men battle with, I kept this one for the last for a reason, is when their wives never initiate sex. Like they literally don't ask for it, and they are feeling like Does she really want me? Am I really attractive? Is this something that she really wants? And they are bereft about how to talk about it as well. Or when their wives want sex too much, too many times that they are feeling like, I can't cope. How do I go about this? And the worst part is men don't talk about it. Now, let me give you a clue, guys. If you want to live it happily ever after, and you're feeling really, really down, like, who understands me? What am I going to do? Your weapon is in your mouth, but it is in communication, open communication, what I call the big OC, right? Now, I know it might not be something you're used to doing without either shouting and sounding angry or nagging. Now, I want you to take a different approach, right? Or calm down and let your wife understand you by, first of all, being affirmative. Let her understand it every way, how your attitude and hers may not be going so well in a particular area, in the area of challenge, and talk about this. I usually will counsel. Have a family meeting. Sit down with your wife every week, take stock, talk about what interests her, bring her up to speed about what you feel, and be totally open, right? So if you need more counseling advice and all of that, I'm going to link our men group in the comment section, the Men Code Movement and the Ready to Choose a Wife, down in the description, so that you can join a community of other men where you can share your ideas and have solutions if you need them. You don't have any, you shouldn't have any challenges that you can solve in marriage when you're the husband. Remember, you're the head of your home. Before I come your way again, make sure you go right back to subscribe down here, subscribe in the red button, tap the bell button right now, and look out for my next video. Bye.